morning, Internet people, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. Hello, and welcome back to the loft. It's time for Sewing Power Hour. So yesterday I abandoned my project mid-button placket. The hour was up and I was just totally over it. I had a headache yesterday and unfortunately it's carried over to today, but hopefully things will go better. I seem to be having some trouble with the button placket. I don't know why exactly, but the interfacing is going over the fold and I can't seem to get the edges to line up properly. That probably doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna sit here and ponder it for a while and just look at it and see maybe if I need to take some things out and redo it. Anyways, I don't know if you even care. Do I even care? Who knows at this point? This project is just dragging on and sewing for an hour is so slow. And I mentioned it the day before yesterday, I think, about how strange it is to sew for just 1 hour. I feel like I'm getting nothing done. I feel like this project is dragging on. And I feel like I'm really struggling with it, which is kind of lame to film yourself struggling with a project. But I really didn't plan it, obviously. But maybe it'll be helpful for you. If you feel like you're struggling with a project and it's taking forever and you're not being able to work on it for long stretches of time and you're just getting a little bit done and whatever, I'm right there with you. So anyways, I'm going to ponder this button placket for a little bit, and I'm not going to film myself thinking because that's really boring. That's probably even more boring than talking about my problems with the button placket. But it's a new day and maybe we will just get it done. Okay, so I've been thinking about it and looking at it for a while now, and I think I figured out what I did wrong, so I'm going to try to show you. So this is the button placket from the wrong side, and when you look at it from the right side, if you look at the bars of plaid right next to the seam that I sewed, you can see that they're not straight. So I think I just literally didn't sew the button placket on straight. So basically, when that seam ends up not being straight, when you sew and turn the placket inside out, this folded edge is supposed to cover that seam nicely, and then you top stitch it so you get a nice clean finish from both sides. But when that seam isn't straight and you fold it, it doesn't cover it in parts, and the placket ends up being not the same width all the way down. So I've already trimmed this seam allowance, so I can't go back and measure the 5/8 and double check that I even did it right, because I trimmed it down to 1/4. But basically I realized that at the bottom of the placket it's actually correct. When you fold it over, it matches, or it covers up the seam, and then it's the proper width of placket, about 1 inch. But then as you go up, the placket gets smaller and smaller and unable to cover up that seam. So I'm gonna basically look at where this seam falls between the bars of plaid on the fabric and then follow that all the way up, and then hopefully get a better placket situation going. I hope that made sense. Troubleshooting my button placket. And I'm going to do that and I'll report back. I did it. I finished the plackets. This lighting is giving me really frizzy hair. Anyways, plackets are done. They're not without their problems though. So I wanted to make sure that they were an even inch all the way down from the front. But it didn't line up on the back. And so when I top stitched it, it didn't get caught in that. But it's more important to look good from the front than the back. So I'll probably just hand stitch that down, and it's gonna look bad from the inside, but what are you gonna do? There's the other one. Oh, such a relief. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm gonna be glad when this project's over. It's not even that hard of a pattern to do. I made 3 muslins of the bodice and I put the plackets in, and no problem, all good. They matched, they lined up, no issues. But you know, sometimes it just does not work out. So all that's left is to attach the skirt to the bodice and then do the hem and buttonholes. And then we'll be done. And then we can move on to a new project. And maybe that will be, that will be exciting for us all. So it's been an hour to do those button plackets. So I'm done for sewing for the day. Now I'm going to work on my felt ornament gifts, which I've been putting off for the last few days. And then also I'm going to make pumpkin soup and bread today for dinner. I have a pumpkin from October that needs to be roasted, so I'll see you guys down there. So I've been talking about these felt ornaments for like 3 days now. But anyways, I'm gonna get started on them. This is what they're gonna look like. And I have the patterns that my husband made for me. Basically, he's making the pattern and I am sewing it and cutting it. So these are the pattern pieces. And then I have all of the felt here that I bought from Over the River Felt, and it's really good quality. I would recommend it. So I'm gonna get started with that now. The pieces cut out, and now I'm going to go through all the felt and decide which colors to use for what. So I'm getting started on my pumpkin soup and my olive bread, and I've hacked up my pumpkins, which was pretty messy, as you can see to the left here. They're going to go into the oven now. Olive bread is going in. Okay, my bread is in the bread machine. It's set to be done around 5:50, and my pumpkin is roasting in the oven. So while those are doing their thing, I am going to get back to my felt ornaments. Look who came to help me. Yeah, cats plus little tiny pattern pieces for felt ornaments do not mix. But it's okay, because he's so cute. Ready to cut out Santa's coat. Okay, my pumpkins are looking pretty roasted. And let's check on the bread. Okay, I'm gonna get started making the soup now. Dinner is served. Okay, dinner's on the table, so I'm gonna go eat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.